check it out now. Meek Millie, you thought you was gonna sneak this by the negotiator, nigga? Come on, man. Now, if you guys don't know, man, listen, your boy DJ Akademiks, after thoroughly scouring the Meek Mill album, I caught a hidden verse, man, okay? Meek did address Drake, and I'm not going to call it a diss. I'm going to say address Drake in a secret hidden verse, okay? Now, I will let you guys know Meek dropped Wins and Losses recently. Spectacular album. Hats off, kudos to him. Brilliant content. He seems very clear-headed. He also seems very introspective on the record. He shows a lot of growth, and the subject matter has evolved. I gotta say, this is his deepest album to date. But back to the fuckery. Now, a lot of people are wondering, yo, is he going to mention Nicki? Is he going to mention Drake? And I said before, yo, don't make an album about this and Drake. It's 2 years removed, do your thing. It's time for you to really, I don't even want to call it a comeback, but this is time for you to show people you're here. Now, he did address Drake. Okay, and of course, if you guys listen to his song, 1942 Flows, you might be like, yeah, we heard that one line, the one line where he says, I told niggas who wrote it, ain't taking back what I quoted. That's the obvious one, okay? But he got a little bit more in depth, and it's a hidden verse because this is where the hidden verse comes in. These albums got clean and dirty versions, right? Usually, they're just bleeping out curse words and shit like that. However, on Meek's album, only one song, the clean version, is longer than the dirty version. Now, this is a hidden verse because people don't normally listen to the clean version unless you're 3. So nobody's going to check this out until way later, but I checked it out. Now, here's the thing. On the third verse, right, at the end of the third verse on 1942 Flows, and by the way, if you check the length of the dirty version and the clean version, you'll realize the clean version is longer, but the additional material came from the clean version on the third verse where he raps this. And it's clear he's addressing Drake. I ain't going to call it a diss, but you will only hear this on the clean version of 1942 Flows. By the way, it's on YouTube. If you're wondering why Meek put his album on YouTube, is that the streams could get racked up. By the way, a stream on YouTube equals a stream on Tidal or Spotify or Apple Music. So he's getting counted for all these streams. Anyway, this is what he said addressing Drake. He said, heard they say I talk about my rollies too much, but them flows you be using sounding stolen too much. 500 on my neck, they say I'm glowing too much. Had that block that little bitch because she blowing me up. You be doing too much. You only be looking for attention. Swagger jacking niggas swag that's extensious. Came in the culture like a vulture, now you winning, but this is just the beginning. Double M, the emblem for real. Now, I shouldn't have to break this down for y'all, but this is easily being attributed to Drake, right? Clearly, listen, they say I talk about my rollies too much. Drake had a line that says all this nigga do is brag about rollies, right? But of course, he's directly talking to Drake and specifically about Drake maybe stealing X's flow. When he says, but them flows you be using sounding stolen too much. Then fast forward, he says, you be doing too much, you're only looking for attention. Swagger jacking niggas swag that's extensious. I'm thinking that's a playoff word of XXX Tentacion. And then he follows up by saying, came in a culture like a vulture, now you with it. Okay, again, I ain't gonna say this is a big diss, but of course he's addressing Drake, and it's in a very subtle way. It's in a way that I approve. Again, I didn't want to hear him on his record saying, fuck you, Drake, or whatever, but this is a way how you handle it and subtly kind of touch on it. I gotta give kudos to Meek for this. I thought the album and the content was spot on, and of course he didn't harp on anything that made him look salty, made him look bitter. It just showed a lot of growth, okay? Again, both of these guys are always gonna address whatever they want in records. I expect it to be subtle, and you got to just roll with the punches because this is hip-hop, and until they kind of really squash it, you're going to hear these jabs going back and forth. Did you guys catch any little jabs between them that nobody else caught? Drop them in the comment section, man. I got to say kudos to Meek Mill, all right? I'm saying it again because some people think I don't like Meek or something. No, I like the music. Kudos to Meek Mill. Like the album. We'll see how the sales do. But as far as the content, I'm fucking with it. Get in the comments, make sure you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks. I'm up.